Phil McColeman has donated a couple of wine and cheese travel kits. Our friends at Williams donated a prize pack, and there's two $25 Winners gift cards. So if you ever shop at Winners and you want to spend $25 there, spend $25 here, go take the gift card, and everybody is a winner. Awesome. So welcome to the Kindness Awards. This is the third annual Kindness Awards. Yes, the third annual. Give me a wave if you are a past recipient of the Kindness Award, of a Kindness Award. We've got a few in the house. We have Mr. Campbell, Mr. Wall, Tammy over there. We have a few. Awesome. Darren, I think we need to unstick this thing if we could. It's making a little clicky, not worky sound. When I'm the clicky, not worky sound is. It's never my. Oh, it's worky. Now it's worky. All right, I want to thank our friends from the Bell City Associates. Give a wave if you're from the Bell City Associates. This is the Bell City row over here. Thanks so much for helping sponsor the Kindness Awards, guys. These guys had me come and speak at their networking group. Great bunch of people. So they help sponsor this awards, as well as helping to fill our cupboards over at the Kindness Center right across the hall. We were able to fill up our cupboards during the back to school time, and we give away food to families very regularly. So it means a lot, guys. It really helps put on a show like this. Thanks. So one more round of applause for these guys over here at the Bell City. We are here at Freedom House. I want to invite Brian Beatty, who is the lead pastor of Freedom House, to come on up and share some thoughts about kindness. Give it up for Brian. Hello.
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 How are you?
Good.
Everyone good?
Good, yeah.
Ryan, I don't want to ignore you, but there's a bulk of humans over here. So I'll come back every once in a while. All right, thanks. So Freedom House is the church and ministry center. When we started Freedom House, actually in our house about 16 years ago, raise your hand if you've ever been to church. Good. So everyone's been to church. Raise your hand if you still go to church. That's good. See, some people went to church and still go, and some people don't go. And some people, I did a really bad thing for my brain a few years ago, and I Googled Christians are. And if you do that, there's terrible things that come up because people say terrible things about Christians and churches. And sometimes Christians and churches deserve it. But we wanted to create a church that was a place you could come and meet, a gathering place, but really a ministry center where we go more than we come and sit. And that was really our goal. And we chose that Freedom House, at Freedom House, kindness was going to be our vehicle that we drove in. That everything we did in the city was based around kindness. And it really, from the beginning, we thought, we want to do this, but we can't wait for the day when we just don't do it, but we actually honor those in the city that are doing it. And so that's really what the Kindness Awards, that's what it is, that's where it came from, because we built our church on that, and we believe that's actually all through the gospel, being kind. It's a good thing. God's not mad at anybody, contrary to some popular opinion. God really likes people. In fact, he loves them. And our rules here are love God, love people. So that's pretty simple. And so we wanted to take kindness and find as many ways as possible that we could do it in the community, and then find others that are doing it and then applaud them really loudly. On three, ready? Now, do it. Yeah, so that's the reason we have the Kindness Awards, because we want to applaud you really loudly because we believe we have a great city. Applaud really loudly. Yeah, we believe, and a whistle, I'll take that. We believe we have a great city, and people like you make it greater. You make it better. And so Freedom House is a place that we want to do this and go do it. We want to honor those that are doing it. And the reason we do it is because kindness works. We've watched kindness work on the streets. We've done barbecues on the streets where people come, and we've actually had people come to our barbecues on the street. We do a free barbecue called, are you going to talk about Flipper Fridays at all? Okay, so we did a barbecue for 12 years on the street right outside of the mall here. And we just did a free barbecue every Friday night from about 10 o'clock at night till 2 in the morning. And people came in different states of, how do you say in English? Inebriation, yeah, that's the word. Some came, but actually some came because they were hungry. Some came because they had no food. Some came because they needed a friend. But we've watched kindness in those situations actually break up fights. We've watched kindness actually, we had a couple of people come and they had plans that night to commit suicide. And because of a burger, we gave them a burger and talked to them for a few minutes, and it changed their plan for that night. And that's amazing. And there's no reason why all of us can't do something. And so again, we're here to applaud what we're doing. We've watched it happen on the streets. We've watched it happen in business. We've watched it happen in schools because kindness works. When you work kindness, kindness works. And so we've seen in our schools where we take in the Kindness Superhero and Me program that our kids pastor wrote, and we've watched bullies in schools become the kindest ones in classes. It's amazing because kindness works. Say it with me, kindness works. Kindness works. So that's why we're here tonight, because we believe kindness works, and it's making a great city. Kindness builds a great city. So we're here to applaud you and thank you for being so kind. Thanks so much.
So I want to just share a few stories of kindness. So I was chatting with some folks here just a few minutes ago about why we do an awards ceremony kind of like this, and partially it's because. So I'm gonna skip through this here. This is the whole thing. I'm not even gonna talk about that. That's me dressed as Captain Kindness. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So a bunch of years ago, Brian found this amazing Yiddish word, and the word is fargenen. Say the word fargenen. Fargenen means to open wide space for. So fargenen is like this. So if you say fargenen, you kind of have to go fargenen. Say fargenen. And this is why we do something like the Kindness Awards. Because when you're kind, it opens the space wide for other people to be kind. When you're kind and you share the story of what happens with kindness, sometimes it opens the door and other people can see themselves in your story, and they could go, well, I could do that. Well, I could do that. Well, I could do that. That's what kindness does, and that's what storytelling with kindness does. And so it's one of the reasons why we do the Kindness Award, and it's one of the awards and one of the reasons why we do some of our different things we do with our Kindness Project. I'll share a few stories. Frosty Fest is something we do with our Kindness Project. For 11 years now, this will be the 11th year of Frosty Fest. We do Frosty Fest in our downtown because our city had a need. We said to our city, how can we serve you? That was what we had no plans on doing a winter carnival. We went to the city and we said, how can we serve you? How can we help you succeed at your job? And they said, hey, could you do a winter carnival? And we said, sure, we can do a winter carnival. And then we Googled, how do you do a winter carnival? That is the origin story of Frosty Fest. People ask us in other groups that go, hey, should we do a winter carnival in your city? And we say, no, it's a terrible idea. It's a lot of work. It will envelop your life. You will give up everything for this winter carnival. But it worked in our city because it was a need, because kindness is something good that you do out of something good that you are. And it turned into a fargenen experience where the city got to celebrate together with Frosty Fest. So that's one of the things. This is for 15 years. Freedom House has been going as a church, but for the last number of years, our Kindness Center right across the road over there that I mentioned has been going. We did the stats recently, and since January 2018, we've been able to give food to 1,800 people and given away over $60,000 worth of clothing and household items at the Kindness Center. And we haven't even had to work that hard doing it. You just open the door, remind people to be kind, and people are generous. People want to be able to help. It's not even that hard. It's just opening the door and using kindness as a fargenen experience. This is, I'll tell you this story. This summer, we got summer students, and we decided we were going to go to businesses because small businesses need encouragement. Anybody a small business owner in this room? There's a number of small business owners. I'll tell you something. We decided that we were going to go to small business this summer, and we were going to bring them coffee and donuts. And so once a week, we brought balloons and coffee and donuts to small businesses just as a reminder to them that somebody cares about them and are thinking about them and that we appreciate them. And we had small business owners nearly in tears because people need to be encouraged. People need a reminder that there are others that care. So we did that this summer. This is a picture of Superhero and Me. This is me, the goofball, in a leotard and a Captain Kindness costume in one of the class. I believe that's at Braemar House in Brantford, where we go in and we help teachers create a culture of kindness inside their classrooms. Anti-bullying material is amazing, but it's just trying to solve a problem once it already exists. If you can go into a classroom and help create a culture of kindness, where kindness is the norm, where it's the status quo and the cool thing to be able to be, it's an environment where bullying doesn't even get to grow and take foothold. So we're able to go and do that. In fact, this Friday, I'm going to be a guest on the Marilyn Dennis Show, Coast to Coast, talking about this program and talking about how do you set a culture with kindness. So it's going to air a week Wednesday. They've come, CTV came to town this week and went to Braemar House and taped a bunch of interviews with kids at Braemar House asking what kindness is. It was absolutely awesome. The guy from CTV who shot the royal wedding showed up at Braemar House and asked 11-year-olds, what's kindness? It was the greatest thing ever. Anyway, so that's gonna be a week Wednesday, coast to coast, featuring kindness in our city. I'm so excited. This is something we did this summer called the Kindness Campaign. We showed up in West Brant and canvassed 800 homes ahead of the election. We had a better election. So we knocked on doors, and then we knocked and said, "Hi, I'm Dave Carroll from the Kindness Project. We're here in the neighborhood today asking you if you'll be kind to your neighbor for a month." And that's it. And people's brains blow up, because why would somebody do that? And if they say yes, we go back to their house and put up an "I'm a kind neighbor" lawn sign on their lawn. We do it all in one day, so by the time people get home from work, their neighborhood is littered with these signs, and they went, what in the world happened in West Brant today? And then what we do is we invite people to a neighborhood barbecue. We put up inflatables and do a free barbecue, and we invite neighbors to get to know each other, to be able to come together and create a kind neighborhood. It's an incredible experience, because it's something that we miss so often, is neighborly kindness. And even today during the awards, you're going to hear the story of a longtime neighbor who was kind and the impact that it made. And I'll tell you one more story, and then I want to show you a video of how kindness is contagious. So we all know, and I was just chatting with some of my friends down here about the opioid situation that is happening in our community and in other communities. Once a month with our young adult program, I'll get together our students, and we decide that we're going to use kindness to be a transformational tool in some way, shape, or form. And we say, what can we do with kindness in 1 hour to change something by good into good, like Captain Kindness says to the classroom. And we realized that the opioid situation was growing. This is now early on in the year. In fact, it was the week after the Globe and Mail article that happened where it featured Kerry Korfman's downtown Tim Hortons as the flashpoint for opioids in Ontario for whatever reason. As it's happened a number of times, when all of a sudden our city gets singled out, something rises up in me, and I'm like, no. That can't be the story. That can't be the story of our city. And so I put it to our young adults and go, what can we do to change the culture in that Tim Hortons, even if it's just for one night? And what our students came up with, you'll see here, we went and bought bouquets of roses. And we went downtown and we handed out roses to the people who were dealing with the drug issues, as well as the employees inside the Tim Hortons who have become pseudo-social workers because of this issue. We wrote on kindness cards words of encouragement for people. We did it in advance and just believed that whatever we wrote on these cards was going to hit the spot for whoever we gave them to. And we gave about 50 of them to people, and we watched the atmosphere change in the downtown Tim Hortons in one evening. And maybe it lasted a little bit longer. I hope it did. I was hoping it was going to. A couple days later, Kerry Korfman, who is a wonderful lady who owns this Tim Hortons, it got her mind rolling, and she started thinking about kindness and thinking about what could we do and how could we tell more stories of kindness. Well, she asked me if I would help on a project, and this project was to tell the story of kindness that she thought would be something that we should tell the nation. And she said, would you help me create this video? And I said, of course, I love it when kindness spawns kindness. Well, we created this video, and the last time I checked, I think something like 50, 60,000 people from coast to coast ended up checking out this video. I want to show you this story of kindness that happens in our city every single week. Let's take a look.
Every Saturday morning, my longtime friend and former Speaker of the Ontario Legislature, who holds the record actually as a Liberal sitting member, comes to my house and picks up my son Jordan. And they go for coffee at Hortons. Jordan is a 32-year-old man who had brain damage when he was age 2. He was diagnosed with a very aggressive cancer, leukemia, and he's a cancer survivor, and it's a great story. But he was left with the scars of cognitive learning disabilities. And so he's been the richest gift that we could ever have been given, and he's also been very difficult to fit into society's norms. A lot of people wonder about Dave and I, a liberal and a conservative, being such good friends, but this is all about Jordan and all about him bonding with Dave and that special relationship that they have.
Yeah, we're doing the TR right.
You put me down.
Are you paying Jordan?
Jordan and I every Saturday morning I pick him up at Phil's place, and we have a Saturday morning coffee chat. We have to have our Tim Hortons coffee, and then we sit down and solve the world's problems. And this guy's got all the answers. He's much better than the two politicians.
As long as Dave's in town, he comes no matter what he's doing, even when he was the Speaker of the House and, had a million other things to do. I'm sure he always, every Saturday morning, rain or shine, he goes, picks Jordan up and brings him in for coffee.
This is my favorite.
Oh, Jordan and I have been buddies ever since Phil and I actually got to know each other in the adult life. We actually grew up around the same time, the same era, and he went to one high school, I went to the other. We played sports. I got to know him quite well, went to the same university together, and I got to know Jordan. And I happened to associate with, over my teaching career, with students with disabilities, and got to understand who they were and the value that they are to us as a community.
Sometimes I call Dave from Ottawa midweek because Jordan just wants to be reassured that Dave's going to be picking him up on Saturday morning.
A friend is more important than a political party. There's priorities in life, and one of the priorities for me was my friendship with Phil. The bottom line is we've been able to find a sweet spot that friendship has been able to be multiplied, and the benefit that I have is having Jordan as a friend, just as a friend, as a buddy, and quite frankly, these young people give me my juice. But most importantly, we're just buddies.
Yeah.
Forever and ever.
Amen.
Amen.
Isn't that an amazing story? When Jordan dropped the forever and ever amen, I thought that's the closing shot of this video if I've ever heard one. So that's amazing. That's the power of kindness. When we tell the story, it ripples and ripples and ripples. It's a real, real thing. And so it's our honor to present. Oh, wait a second. No, we already went down there. We know who the first one is. It's my honor to present these awards. And like I said, there are 7 very different stories and 7 very different people who we're going to honor with awards. There are a million kindness superheroes in our city. These were 7 that were nominated that people said, I want to be able to help them know that they're cared about and they're valuable. And so we're going to tell those 7 stories. And so let's go on to the very first award winner of the night. I'm going to read this because some of it is some of the languaging that the people who nominated them. The first award winner is Mallory Chamberlain. Mallory, as they used to say in Family Ties in the early 80s. Mallory. Anybody? Nick? Okay, good. Mallory is an example of an everyday kindness superhero. In the winter of this year, a local family of 5 was displaced from their home and didn't know where they were going to go for 4 months. Mallory quickly ensured that their family was given a priority position in her home, even giving up her own bed and sleeping on the couch so that they would be comfortable. Mallory is one of those people who sees a need and acts on it to quickly fill it. When we decided that Mallory was going to be one of our award winners, we knew that she would be mad at us. But honestly, yeah, it's true. That's what she said. But the family who's that she opened her door are here, the Dreyer family. Guys, is Mallory a kindness superhero? Say something out loud, Luke. Yeah? Yes. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to huge round of applause for my friend Mallory Chamberlain. Mallory. That's awesome. Congratulations, Mal. Can I take a picture of Amanda? Yeah, you do. All right, congratulations, Mallory. One more round of applause for Mallory. Yeah. when you come up for your award, if you want to say something, please let me know. There's a mic here, but you do not have to say anything. Feel no pressure, but if you want to share something, just let me know. Mallory assured me in advance that she did not want to say anything, so that's good. So if you do, please just let me know, and we'd love to have you. This next gentleman who's going to win the award, when we created the Kindness Awards 3 years ago, we created it with a guy like this in mind. And in fact, there's a couple people on our list today that when the Kindness Awards were created, these were the people who we had in mind. And I desperately wanted to rig this award 3 years ago. Like really, I've worked in radio for a lot of years. I'm not above rigging contests, okay? But we wanted it to be a real, and that didn't get out anywhere, right? That we're not live streaming. We wanted this to be a real somebody to be able to tell the story and somebody else to tell the story. But the next award winner, his name is Doug Hunt. Yeah. So Doug, let me just read this and I'll have you come up. For over 40 years, Doug has served the city of Brantford. As a Guinness Book of World Records stilt walker holder, many look up to Doug. Terrible. Okay, on any given day, Doug can be found with his fun troupe bringing joy and laughter to those in need of a smile, helping plan the local Random Act of Kindness Day, and I know that because we did it together this past week, or working and raising funds for Participation House, benefiting those with developmental disabilities and or complex physical needs. He was also a savior to his family, raising and being a father figure to his sister who had Down syndrome. Doug's life is magic. And let me say one more thing before I bring him up. When I was young, when I was a teenager, and I don't even remember how I came across Doug, but I got involved in something, and Doug, you were there at an event representing Participation House, and the heart that you displayed when I was 18, I never forgot it. I never met anybody quite like you at the time, and as I've watched your life over the years, back up what I remember I felt out of your life back in the days, it's really, truly an honor to present you with a Kindness Award, buddy. Come on, man. He's so much shorter in real life. Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Can I say it?
You sure can, my friend.
First.
Yeah, let me show you. Gotta get on. There you go.
There we go. Last November 1st, it was Random Act of Kindness Day, and that's brought to you by the Brent Community Foundation. And we have an award, and the award went to Freedom House, Dave and Brian, for all they do all the time, and they exemplify what kindness is all about. So I want to congratulate Freedom House, the Kindness Project, for all of what you do. So thank you very much.
Don't smash that on the ground
No.
like Brian did to the other award.
Yeah, they dropped their trophy, but that was okay. So there's many different awards. There's an Olympic award. There's an Academy Award. I think I could win that someday. There's the Stanley Cup and all those kind of awards. But I don't think there's any award more important, more awesome than a Kindness Award. So I really appreciate that recognition. I wanted to, if I could, I'd like to give this to Tammy, but she already has one. So I want to congratulate Tammy for all she does for nominating. She's wonderful. In fact, I should share just really quickly. I'm sorry.
You don't be sorry.
Talk about kindness. I really understand what kindness is. I've been the recipient. Walk it off. So Katie and I have had challenges, and we've been a recipient thanks to Tammy, my family, friends. You don't know what kindness can be until you receive it. Thank you.
Yeah. Love you, buddy. Yeah, this is why we do these awards. That's right. So good. So good. All right. The next recipients sadly could not be here. And this is another couple that when we created the Kindness Awards, we had people like this in mind. And so we're going to show a video in a minute. The next award is going to go to Wayne and Deirdre Branshaw. So let me tell you their story, okay? I'll read this, and then I'm going to show you a video, okay? Wayne, communities only work because of people like Wayne and Deirdre. They're local volunteers and fundraisers in many areas with a soft heart towards Why Not Youth Center. But this award is because of a very special story. As quoted from the nomination form, I'm reading the quote now. In early 2018, my mother was given just months to live. Her dying wish was to see Wales. Wayne and his wife contacted me after seeing my GoFundMe campaign and arranged and funded the entire trip for my mother, my children, my niece, and myself. Sadly, my mother passed before the Wales could be reached, but Wayne stayed by my side as I mourned and Deidre cared for my children. They then helped pay for the cremation to bring Mom's body back to Ontario and helped with the paperwork. These strangers changed my life and the life of my mother in her final days. Isn't that the most incredible story you've ever heard? Amy is here, who is, this was your mother. Amy, come on up here just for 1 second. Would you come up for just a second? I know you well enough that I don't mind embarrassing you a little bit. Amy, what did it mean to you to be able to, this was a complete stranger, wasn't it? Like, this was truly out of the blue. What did this thing mean to you?
Sorry.
It's all right.
It meant everything to me. My mom was a single mom, and we were best friends. She took care of me my whole life. When she was given 3 months to live, I asked her what she wanted, if I could do anything. What could she possibly want? And she said, before I die, I just want to see Wales.
And you didn't know that this was a thing, right?
No, I started looking online, and I'm like, geez, like, at that time, I was on welfare. I didn't make no money. I was trying to raise my kids, and I didn't know how the heck I was going to get my mom anywhere near a whale. So I thought, okay, I'll do GoFundMe, and we got a few donations, and then I got a message from these strangers, and they asked me if I would meet them at a Dairy Delight. So I did, and they sat me down, and they said, we own an RV. We've been whale watching in Quebec. We'd like to take you and your whole family out there to make sure your mom sees the whales. As was already said, my mom sadly, we got to Quebec, but she sadly took a stroke 20 minutes before we were set to leave. But things are different in Quebec, so we couldn't get her body home without paying $10,000, and I don't know if anybody else knows, but insurance companies don't work that quick.
Mm-hmm.
So they paid for everything, and they brought her body back for us. And they were the most kind strangers I've ever met in my life. They changed. And they still took me and my children to see the whales. And so I did it for my mom. It was people like that I didn't think they existed, but they do.
Amazing, Amy. Yeah. Thanks. I took a little bit extra time on this story because Wayne is somebody that some of you guys know from helping in the community. And this to me was so beautiful because this was a behind the scenes thing that he wasn't doing for public accolades. This was a genuine who they are. Beautiful, beautiful story. I gave them their awards in advance, and they shared these thoughts with us. Well, hello, Kindness Awards. Sadly, there was one couple that couldn't make the Kindness Awards tonight in person, but we got to present Wayne and Deirdre Brancho with their 2019 Kindness Award. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Wayne, you said this is clearly Deirdre's thing, right?
Yeah, Deirdre is the giver. I just do what she tells me to do.
Well, listen, this award is for an incredible event that happened. This is now about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year and a half ago.
Maybe you guys could just share a bit of the story of what happened.
Facebook, as you know, is a tool for people sharing things and sometimes seeking help. I was on Facebook and I noticed a young lady looking for donations to help her mom, dying wish to go and see whales. So I contacted her and said, doesn't look like you're financially getting there. Maybe we can get together, have a coffee, and talk about how we can help your mom see the whales. So Dee and I went and met Amy, and we had the discussion around taking our motorhome to the East Coast and taking her mom to see the whales. When that started, her mom was given quite a bit of time to live, and by the time only 2 weeks later, she was given a short time to live. But we still chose to take the adventure, and we headed for the East Coast with her daughter, her 3 granddaughters, and off we went. Sadly, when we got down there the day of whale watching, Amy's mom passed away. While we were waiting for things to get finalized down there, we did take the girls all whale watching the next day. They did see whales, and in the little grand girl's eyes, that was their grandma saying, "I'm okay." So at the end of the day, it was interesting because financially, it's easy to give money. Taking time was a lot tougher because, you know, it became a 5-day adventure, the fear not knowing what to do. But at the end of the day, I know that we granted a wish to the best of our ability, and I think at the end of the day, I was very happy.
See, that's an incredible story, amazing story, and I've gotten to know these guys a little bit, and over in a few different capacities, and I know some of the work and heart that you guys have for especially young people and the folks even at Why Not Youth Centers, and we actually have another award winner tonight, guys. I was part of the Youth Ambassador program over at Why Not, and so.
Excellent.
Yes, so this is a real honor to be able to present this to you guys. You're well deserving, and you guys are kind of superheroes, and we appreciate you both.
Well, thank you very much. All I know is if you've been fortunate to have a little luck in your life, you should give back to the community. Have a great night.
Awesome. All right, one more round of applause for Wayne and Deirdre. Cool. All right, let's go on to winner number 4. Okay, so this award winner, let me just, this award winner is Carol Owen. Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about Carol. Carol is the executive director of Friendship House. In her role there, Carol oversees feeding, clothing, and social activities for the marginalized in our community who are welcome guests. She makes everyone feel important as she always has time to listen to their needs. Kindness is Carol's middle name. And at the Kindness Center, we interact with many of the same clientele that Carol does at Friendship House. But I'll tell you, to a person, when they talk about Friendship House and the atmosphere and the truly welcoming, inclusive place that Carol has been able to create over at Friendship House, it is extraordinarily heartwarming for me knowing the amount of care and family that people who really need it experience at Friendship House. And Carol is truly a community kindness superhero. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to present this to Carol Owen. Congratulations. There you go. You're very welcome. Let's just take a quick picture. All right. Congratulations. Did you want to say anything or no? Yeah, you should.
Take my 2 minutes.
Take your 2 minutes. Yeah.
I've been told that Friendship House is sometimes the best kept secret in Brantford, so
Yeah.
now you know it's there.
Yeah.
We're at the other end of the town.
Yes.
But my story, I guess, probably is the taking our role, as you also have done, from the kindest person we know, which of course is Jesus Christ. I'm going to do that. That's who we follow. And he said, you know what? Feed the hungry. Give a drink to the thirsty. Clothe those who are naked. Visit with those who are sick and in prison. And visit with the lonely. So that's our thing. Anyone who walks through the doors of Friendship House should never leave hungry, thirsty, cold, or feeling alone.
Yeah.
And that's our stuff.
That's beautiful. Awesome. Thank you. It's beautiful. Some amazing, amazing people here in the house tonight. All right, we're going to go on to our next award winner. This award winner, oh, that was a gasp back there from Tammy. Wow, that was a legit gasp. That's really neat. The next award winner is Stephanie Pyle. Extend a clap. Nice work, everyone. That's good. Stephanie is a serial volunteer. To name a few, the Paris Museum and Historical Society. I got the name right? Perfect. That's good. Nova Vita's Heal to Heal, which I absolutely love. The Sexual Assault Center of Brantford, the Brant Museums and Galleries Association. She acts as a liaison to many nonprofits citywide. She is consistently supporting local events, either as a patron, contributor, sponsor, and almost always a volunteer, even taking roles that others won't. And this is a quote from the nomination form. In fact, Stephanie was nominated by a few people, so I had to whittle this one down. People really, really, really wanted Stephanie to win one of these awards, just so you know. I am just amazed that as she has her own passions, that she also welcomes others and their passions to support Brantford and spreading kindness wherever she goes. A theme in the story that people told about Stephanie is that she's an encourager of other people's passions too. That she's got her own passions, but she finds other people who care about the city and care about things, and she comes alongside them to help them succeed. And that is what a real leader does. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the Kindness Award goes to Stephanie Pyle. Congratulations, Stephanie. Here you go. Take a quick picture. Do you want to share a few words? The mic fell. I found it.
This is a really incredible group of people to be part of, including the past award winners. This is a really humbling stage to be on, let me tell you. Normally when I'm on stage, I'm pretending to be somebody else or acting or something. This is much scarier. But what I wanted to say, probably most of the people in the room already know, which is essentially that there are so many community organizations and not-for-profits and charities out there, and if you're ever feeling alone, or you're feeling like you don't have a community connection, or you're new to a city or something like that, or you're feeling like you want to learn new skills or develop or anything like that, join a not-for-profit, join a community organization. Anybody who's ever volunteered knows that you will find incredible lifelong friends and an incredible community that's waiting to welcome you and your very particular skill set, and as much time and energy as you're willing to give them. So it's an incredibly fulfilling experience, and a huge shout out to all of the amazing people who are in this room and who have shared the stage in the past and who haven't shared the stage yet, because I know that there are so many incredible people in our communities who haven't necessarily been honored yet, and shout out to them as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate it. All right, two more, and then once two more, the silent auction will have closed, and I'm going to read the silent auction winners, and then we can all eat some food. And the food was amazing, wasn't it? Wasn't that like incredible food? My friend Rhonda Voss right back there, give a wave, and Sam Voss and Angie Barneswell put on this lovely thing. Give them a round of applause, these guys. Okay. Our next award winner was referenced in Wayne's video. Wayne spends quite a lot of time caring about Why Not Youth Centers. And this next young man is connected to Why Not Youth Centers. And the award winner is David Botosh. Yeah. So let me share his story. David is a part of the Why Not Youth Center's Youth Ambassador Program. He encourages, supports, uplifts, and inspires an entire youth ambassador team. He covers shifts and does the over and above tasks and fills many gaps. He does all this with a servant heart and an attitude without ever complaining. This is a story from the nomination form. He was once even willing to babysit for one of our youth's children so that they could go on a summer trip that he was supposed to go on. But he was willing to sacrifice his ability to go on a trip to Ripley's Aquarium in Toronto, I might add, so that another youth could have a good time and a cool experience. His kindness and selflessness is inspiring. And so, ladies and gentlemen, David Botosh is Kindness Award winner. Congratulations, man. Well done. Take a quick picture? Awesome. You want to share something, or are you good? All right, round of applause for David. Good job, buddy. All right, the final award winner for the evening is a story that I absolutely love. The award winner is Roseanne Nunn. Here she is, clearly at a rodeo of some description. That's good. It's not always easy finding a picture, but this is a good one. This is a good one. Let me tell this story. I'm going to read it directly from the nomination form because this is a very personal story that I absolutely love. I'm going to read directly from the form. Roseanne has been a terrific friend and neighbor since we moved to our neighborhood 23 years ago. She had an open home for my kids to play in when they were younger. She shared garden plants, recipes, initiated home crafts with me, and gathered the supplies and other things too numerous to mention. She went back to school when her kids were older and got her diploma for social work. In the past few years, as a single mom, she's worked at Nova Vita, also volunteering at Victim Services for a couple years, helping people in crisis situation. Roseanne is the kind neighbor we would all love to have, and one who makes Brantford a better place to live. And I'll tell you, we were talking earlier, Roseanne and I and Leanne Frank, who nominated her, and to me this is such a powerful story, because this is a story of a neighbor who didn't know the impact that she made inside a neighborhood. And I think that's the kind of thing that the Kindness Awards is all about, is reminding us that little acts of kindness, doing it consistently and living the life, really does make a true difference. And so it is a pleasure to give the award to Roseanne. Congratulations. We'll take a quick picture. Awesome. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the night. Could somebody gather up the sheets that have a bid on them back there, Aisle and Rhonda, and I'll read out who the winners are. And as they're doing it, I just want to thank you so much for being here again, and eat as much food as you can, so we aren't taking food home. And it's a pleasure. I'm so glad that you guys came. Did you have an enjoyable evening? Was it a lot of fun? Good. Good. All right. We got the sheets. My daughter. It's Take Your Daughter to Work Day, and so this is my daughter's follow her dad around didn't end until like 8 o'clock. So really well done. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. All right. So the wine and cheese travel kit goes to Linda Hendrickson. Linda, all right, congratulations, $20, $20. The autographed white jersey, the Hockey Night in Brantford, for $100 goes to Rob Nagy. Congratulations, Rob, he's on. I told him I'd track him down, and I will. Cool, so a winner's voucher for $25 goes to Roseanne, who just came out for $30. Congratulations. The Pharma-Saved gift basket goes to Carol Owen for $50. Congratulations. The watercolor painting of Paris goes to Trevor Nelson for $40. That's an amazing, beautiful piece of art from a local artist named Lydia Moore. Let's see. The 30-minute massage voucher from a professional, not someone who we just met, Violet Morace for $48. Very specific, very good. The One Cheese Travel Kit number 2 goes to Todd Owen for $15. Congratulations. Roseanne Nunn again for $28. The winner's gift certificate. That's good. So you got the $25 GC for $28. That's, you threw in the extra 3, right? That's good. Thank you so much. The Pharma-Save gift basket, the other one, also goes to Todd Owen for $35. All right. And Violet Morace, the nail bar voucher for $30. And Trevor Nelson, you also are walking away with the pop-up dining tent, courtesy of the Dave Carroll Foundation of getting it out of my basement. You spent $50 on that. So thank you so much. If you're one of the award winners or one of the silent auction winners, Erin is going to be, Erin, you want to be back at the table back there or come over here? Okay, Erin's going to be back at the table, and she'll take your money. If you need to connect with her in the future, we've got your contact information. We'll get a hold of you. But if you could do that tonight, that'd be awesome. If not, thanks so much for being here. You guys are the best. I like you all. Thanks for coming, everybody.